Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So hopefully you can hear me. Um, I just want to talk to y'all and maybe just say some things because I hold on. Let me see if I can. I want to read y'all some stories. I think that let's see. Let me know if you. Well, I don't even know if it's gonna be. All right, let's see. Reddit, no sleep. Let's read some stories on Reddit, no sleep. All right. So hopefully y'all can hear me. It's probably gonna be a pre-recorded video though, so I don't know how that's gonna work, but all right. So this one is called "Has Your Husband Been Standing Still?" Oh my God, by you skate lizard. The woman at the door said her husband was inside my home. She was agitated and ran her fingers through her unwashed hair. You have the wrong address. It's just me, I said, then lied, and my boyfriend is here. No, no, please, just listen to me, she said, placing a hand on the doorframe and leaning it toward me. I said I couldn't help her, said again. She had the wrong address, then shut the door. But I could still hear her. I don't know what he'll do. Let me in, she said, her muffled voice sharpening while her palm drummed on the door. He said, he stands still. He stands still. I froze in the entryway and waited full minutes after it sounded like she had left in case her ears was pressed to the door. I didn't give much thought to her husband at first. There was something off about her, how she tried to talk so calmly even though it was obvious she was coiled tight enough to snap. She kept floating on her toes, looking into my apartment behind me. But she also didn't seem outcast or even neglected Billy. Her cashmere sweater and tapered pants told a different story. So I searched my apartment with the crowbar I kept under the sheets in the linen closet. No one was in the front rooms, with her windows facing the street. I had been there all day, so it was impossible for anyone to have broken in that way. Then I remembered the old dump waiter shaft. It was behind the kitchen door, shut behind a hinged metal slab to keep noise from bleeding between apartments. It was no longer an open shaft, but a dusty compartment used as a pass through for cables. I brought along my biggest kitchen knife, my biggest chef knife from the drawer across from the refrigerator. The steel panel was painted the same color as the wall and had no handle or latch. Instead, there was a small, jagged hole punched in one side and several drill bit plunges. I dug a screwdriver out of the junk. You know what? I should have. I'm gonna keep going. um, what was I? Dropped an ice cream. Okay. Single jerk. So I could step back and hold out the blade in my other hand. Instead, it swung open with a painfully slow creak, and I dropped the knife, scaring myself even more when it clattered to my feet. Without thinking, I bent down to pick it up. Kneeling on the floor, I imagined a pale hand reaching out, reaching out into my hair and skull. But when I stood up and looked inside, there was nothing, just the dark. It was empty. Oh my God. And I'm sorry because I really don't know how to read, but we're reading, okay? That's what we're gonna do. I think my live streams should be about me just reading, and I think that'll be cool. This is just a test run. Like I'm doing a pre-recorded video, and then I'm gonna put it on my live when it goes up at midnight. So be ready for midnight. It's gonna be midnight when you see this, but it's gonna be cool. So when I left the kitchen and crossed by the front door again, I saw that the woman had shoved a piece of paper in my door like a takeout menu. It was a torn envelope, like something pulled crumpled from the trash, and had written on it the words, "Listen, please." Then I heard her whisper from low down on the door, even below where I had kneeled to pull at the scrap of paper. The first time my husband was around the corner from our French doors in the hollow where my desk meets the printer cabinet, he must have been there all morning. He was standing straight up like a sunflower, but I didn't see him until I got up from the desk. Got up from the desk and bumped my ankle. Okay. When I looked up, suddenly he was there staring at nothing. The second time he was behind an all glass display case in our entryway, pinched between a pane and a wall just inside the front door. The whispering stopped and I realized I was barely breathing. I was still kneeling on I was still kneeling and my knees were beginning to get sore. Are you still are you still there? The whispered voice asked. I didn't answer. He's gotten really skinny and goes through tubes of high SPF sunscreen whenever he is called out to a site. So now he's white as an electric socket. He can suppress his presence and take away your intuitive sense that another person is nearby. He's practicing, he's getting better. He knows where your eyes land and the spaces they slide over. Go away, I screamed before retreating to the farthest corner of my apartment away from the front door. It took me a while to calm down with some TV and all the lights on. I didn't pay attention to the show, but told myself that the woman at the door had a mental illness and a and a persecution complex, and she wanted to pull me into her delusion. I crept into the window and peered into the park across the street from my house. It was small and mostly mown, with a picnic pavilion and a swing set, but right across from me was a shock of forest rising up, curling and unwanted. The sun was still up, but low enough for this thicket to be dark in its own shadows. I looked for her there, expecting I didn't know what, two red eyes. I didn't see her, and opened the blinds fully. A few families were playing volleyball down at the farthest end of the park, but it was otherwise empty. Then I caught the blue light off an e-cig. It was her, seated in a shadowed beach chair with her legs stacked casually in front of her. I would barely see her face, but it looked as if she was staring into my windows. Oh, man, sorry, guys. I don't know why that has that though. All right, sorry. Again, this is pre-recorded or should be pre-recorded. If this was all live, then nobody likes me because nobody's responding. So yeah, that's why. Um, but yeah, this is pre-recorded, just so you know, so you don't get mad at me that I'm not responding to you. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on with it. I debated whether to go out to confront her, but when I turned around, I saw her husband. I didn't scream. My throat snapped shut on my breath. Through the kitchen doorway, across the room, I could see my dishwasher and him standing next to it and one leg against the fridge. He wasn't standing straight, but bent forward at a right angle, his back aligned with the marble countertop. One arm was held pinned against his thigh. Yeah, pinned against his thigh. Um, the other down, then the wrist up with fingers out in odd angles. His face pointed forward, aligned atop his body like a bullet on a shell casing, with his eyes aimed to one side of me and far away. He wore an expression of rapture on a pale face. His lips were glittering red. He didn't move or react, and showed no signs of being detected, but I still expected those eyes to swivel and land on me. Didn't feel I could move or look away until it did. I forced myself to clap, then to wave my arms, but there was no reaction. You, I said. Sir? I added. Not, it's not a question, it's like, you, sir. You know? Anyways, you need to leave. He didn't react. Sorry, guys. Um, he didn't react, and it wasn't just as if he was ignoring me. There wasn't a tremor or breath. He stayed so still, it was as if the whole world had frozen. I called 911. Of course, the operator urged me to get out of the house as quickly as possible. I stayed on the line with the operator, but there was nothing left to say. My only way was my only way out was past him. Acid filled my stomach. There was no way I could cross that room. I considered tossing something out at him or attacking him, but there was nothing more dangerous than a TV remote nearby. The operator said something about officers on the way, and my phone slipped from my hand in my rush to bring it back to my ear. My eyes never dropped from the husband, who didn't flinch when my phone crunched on impact, then clattered across the floor, sorry, and under the couch. I lowered myself to my hands and knees, and considered crawling over and reaching under until I realized it would put him out of sight. It was better to escape. Maybe I could crawl by him without touching him and he'll stay frozen. Or would he just grab me when I got close? I didn't have a choice. At the threshold, I was like, oh, yeah, sorry. At the threshold, where's the threshold? At the threshold between hardwood and tile, I looked down at my hands on the floor, and when I looked up, he was gone. But it was only for an instant because suddenly I could see him again just in front of me. He hadn't moved. My eyes had let him go and struggled to find him again, like he wasn't where I had expected, or if I had someone forgotten him, somehow forgotten him. The arms holding me up, shook so violently that I pitched forward, landing on the side of my face with a smack. I landed right at his feet, but didn't touch him. Pushing back on the heels of my hands, I rolled backwards and slammed into the cabinet behind me, hard enough that I heard the fiberboard crack inside the door. I could crawl by him now, but first watched him for any sign of movement. He was in a khaki t-shirt that didn't quite match the wood cabinetry or stand out from from the white refrigerator at his back, nor were his dark pants much of a match for the brushed chrome of the dishwasher though I could see he had a silver of something shimmery silver, like a lanyard loop hanging out from his pocket. I don't know how he could have disappeared from my sight, but he didn't seem to notice me. I strained to keep an eye on him over my shoulders as I crawled past until I couldn't move slowly any longer. I scrambled to my feet, tumbling into a standing position, then into a headlong run where I couldn't tell my heartbeat from the pounding of feet on the floor. After struggling with the lock, I finally squeezed through my front door and shut it behind me without looking back. The police came, searched my apartment, found no one. I tried to explain that he might still be there, that they just hadn't seen him, but they wouldn't come back in with me. They wouldn't search the park either. They were annoyed I wouldn't go back inside, but eventually left. I didn't have my phone and I didn't know where to go. So I wandered out of the building in a daze. It was dark out now, but the night air felt good. I I was a car double parked, but didn't pay any attention until the woman pushed open the passenger side door from the driver's seat and waved me over. I'd be embarrassed to describe the horrible things I said to her, but she was calm and composed. She knew how to handle her husband, standing still, and was nothing like the woman who first confronted me on my doorstep. I don't want to give her real name, so I'll call her Flora. Sorry, guys. I need to take a break. Um, I don't know if I will be able to comment on the pre-recorded video, but I'm gonna try to. If I don't, then I'm sorry because I'll probably be in bed by the time this video goes up. But uh, um, I, I'll teach. I'll I'll teach you. I'll teach you to see him. Was the first thing Flora told me once I was able to listen. I didn't want to see him or to go anywhere with this person. Uh, I'm gonna end it here, guys. I'm sorry, but it's too long. Well, not that long, but okay, fine, fine. So Flora says, "I'll teach you to see him," and I told her once. I didn't want to see him or to go anywhere with that person, but I didn't know what else to do. She drove me far outside of the city until I could see stars over sprawling suburbia. Somewhere near the highway, where duplex condos faded into industrial parks, she turned into a multi-acre construction site. It was all blonde dirt, scraped and marked by bulldozer treads. At the center was a cinder block frame that might one day grow into a big box store. She turned off her headlights, and suddenly the feeling I had ignored in favor of her serene the feeling I had ignored. Oh, in favor of her serene understanding of my situation, I could no longer be ignored. Could no longer be ignored. I was struck dumb with fear, my sore muscles protesting at being called back to alert. I met a couple working together, but she kept talking reasonably, kept her instructions simple. Sorry. Kept her uh, kept her instructions simple, and I found no moment to protest. Instead, I followed her, even let her take me by the hand and pull me in a circuitous path out into the center of the standing blocks. She laid out a picnic blanket and urged me to lay on my back next to her, and with a friendly pat, inside I was screaming. We're in the middle of one of the dimmer meteor showers that doesn't get headlines, she said, but we can see one very few minutes. I don't know. I need to, I, blah, 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 blah. I need to find shorter stories because there's this girl that I know. Well, I don't know, but I follow her on TikTok, and she does these scary stories. Um, she tells scary stories, and I really like that. And I want to do that. She gave links to the site she always tells the scary stories on, and I want to do that. But I don't know. Um, I don't know why I'm tired from that reading. I am so sorry if you didn't get a word I said, and I hope this audio is good, so I can post it and shit. But yeah, so I am currently getting ready for me getting my brother out of hell. Yes, you heard that right. I am picking up my brother on the 30th, 29th, the 29th or 30th. I'm picking up my brother from his college so he can um, come home for summer, for a little, not summer, so he can come home for May, because it's April right now. And then he's coming home from May. Um, I can't wait because I love my brother so much. Even though he doesn't love me, but you know, it is what it is. I used to hate that saying because like one time I was working at Long John Silver's, and one of the cooks always said that it is what it is, and like in a way, it is what it is. Like you know, it's weird. Do you know about this um cartomancy? Yes. Mm. Um, There's an incorrect way and there's a right way to do cardomancy. See, it's card and then omancy in it. Um, but this trick is really cool because let's see. I don't know what's I don't know. Okay, so let's just say one of you watching my video right now, if you've gotten this far in my video, um is your favorite color green? Let's do that. Let's see if your favorite color is green. So if I ask that, let's see. Let's see what your favorite color is. Is it green? Is it green? All right, let's see. Nope. Mm-mm. Your favorite color is not green. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So black means no. And then if it's like if it's like this, it means yes. See? It's cool, right? I don't know. I hope y'all like I'm probably boring and I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I'm boring. But I hope y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You're all already probably commenting right now, but I hope you like it. Bye, guys.